Hey there! Street Fighter 2 was released in 1991 and is the grandfather of fighting games and is still being played today, but what lots of people still don't know is the real meaning of what the characters say during their special attacks. Either because some of it is in Japanese or because of the audio quality that was not so good at that time. But don't worry, in this video I'll explain everything every fighter say in Street Fighter 2. Let's start with Ryu and Ken because they have exactly the same moveset. The energy ball throwing movement is the Hadouken, but it really sounds to me like Hadouken. And the Hadouken is written with these three kanji here, Ha-Do-Ken. The first one means wave, simply, wave. Do means movement, so Hadou is like a moving wave. And the last character read as Ken means fist, and this is a very well-known word among the pop culture, like video games, manga, anime. So, Hadouken means moving wave fist, and it makes sense because they throw a ball of energy from their hands. We could make it shorter and let it be wave fist or wave punch. Here in the West, the Hadouken became known as the fireball, which makes sense because it looks like a fireball. Although it's an energy ball, not a fireball. And the funny thing is that fireball became the title of any projectile throwing movement in fighting games. So fireball is used to describe everything that you throw at the opponent. And it took me so long to realize that inside the Hadouken there is actually a pair of hands. Back in the day I thought that was some kind of shadow, just part of the design of the fireball, but that's actually their hands. Now let's check Ryu and Ken's second special attack, the anti-air punch. What they say here is Shoryuken. Shoryuken, though it sounds to me like Horyuken or something like that. The first kanji read as Sho means rising or ascending. The second kanji, Ryu, means dragon, but this is not the character's name. Ryu is written with this kanji here that means prosperous, abundant. Same sound but different characters and different meanings. And the last one we just saw, Ken means fist, so Shoryuken means ascending dragon fist. And in the West it became dragon punch, which is shorter and sounds good. Ascending dragon fist, dragon punch. Which one sounds better to you? Shoryuken! Now let's check the third special attack that Ryu and Ken can perform, which is that spinning kick. Here they say Tatsumaki, senpuu, kyaku. I know you might not be able to hear this, but trust me, once you manage to understand this, you will not hear anything else ever. They pronounce it like Tatsumaki senpuu kyaku. This first word here, Tatsumaki, means simply tornado. Senpuu means whirlwind. And the last character here, kyaku, means literally leg. So the Tatsumaki senpuu kyaku means tornado whirlwind leg. And sometimes it has been adapted as tornado kick, which sounds a lot better. Or even hurricane kick. And back in the day I thought this was just some random gibberish, you know, like Tatsumaki senpuu kyaku. Now let's talk about E-Honda. He mostly shouts at the opponent, but he has a special attack which he flies toward the opponent with his head, and he shouts something that has a very specific meaning. What he says here is doskoi, doskoi. The way he says it is something like doskoi. And it doesn't have a direct translation because it's a shout used in sumo, and it's used to motivate oneself or to celebrate victory, and it can even be sung between fights in a sumo presentation. So if we try to translate that, maybe it would sound something like let's go or hooray or yahoo. That's why in my opinion it shouldn't be translated, because it's a very specific shout from sumo. Another character that only shouts during the fights is Vega, but in one of his victory poses he yodels. And I did some research and it seems that yodeling doesn't have a specific meaning, it's just sounds, just music made with her mouth. Now Chun Li has a special attack where she spins with her legs, and most people already know what she says. It's the spinning bird kick. But the thing is, she says that with a Japanese accent, so it sounds like spinning bird kick. Spinning bird kick! And she also says something in Japanese in one of her victory poses. She says, yatta, yatta! And this literally means, I did it, I did it. There's also doll scene, but what he says is no secret. He has the yoga fire, and the yoga flame. Now talking about Gaio, we already know that his fireball movement is the sonic boom. But to this day I cannot hear that. I'm not able to hear sonic boom. The only thing I hear is Alek Fu, Alek Fu. Back in the day I always wondered who the hell was Alek. The last character in Street Fighter 2 that says something is Sagat. During his fireball move he says simply Tiger, we already know that. Tiger! And in his anti-air move he says Tiger Uppercut. Uppercut! Uppercut! But the funny thing is that back in the day we as kids thought he said Tiger Robocop. Tiger Robocop. Tiger Uppercut! Kind of became a very famous meme here in Brazil, before memes even existed. But now tell me, did you know all of the meanings we've just seen here? Tell me in the comments below. If you like this video, please hit the like button and consider subscribing to the channel, okay? So I guess that's it for now, take care and see ya!
Tiger Uppercut!